Did you ever attend a wedding that was a complete disaster? I got invited to a wedding that was being held at a Bouget winery during the tech boom of the 90s. The groom was wearing baggy cargos with an oversized shirt and Jordan 1S on his feet, while the bride wore a dress that was see-through in the front and specifically designed to expose her butt but cover her legs. This couple actually owned their own magazine together, and the wedding invitation itself came in the form of a merger announcement in said magazine. Think of Smith Global announces merger with Jones Limited. Combination delivers significant potential to drive long-term affection growth and market share of love, that kind of thing. Well, the wedding didn't even have to start for the shenanigans to begin. Everyone had just arrived, when suddenly the bride's brother came out before the wedding and got the bride to perch on a stool. He himself got on one knee, then whipped out his acoustic guitar, that was missing 2 of the 6 strings, and began to serenade her. He had written the song himself, and quite frankly it was terrible. The chords didn't go together, his singing was way out of key, and he even tried to play chords that required the strings his guitar was missing. The worst part of it all was that it was a love ballad, and not only that, it also contained such barely concealed longing that everyone was frozen with discomfort. He sang about how beautiful his sister was, how any man would be lucky to have her. There was one lyric specifically that seared itself into my brain, their lips touching, their tongues dancing, their beds squeaking, their flesh uniting. He was full on tearing up as he sang, and everyone watching looked like they wanted to drop through the floor. When the song was finally done, he actually got up and left. I remember him screaming something about not being able to watch the love of his life marry someone else. And then the wedding came around. The ceremony itself wasn't that bad. I actually thought things might be picking up. It didn't last long and there were no more lurid songs from bride's bro. But then it ended, and the minister said, "And now, I ask each of you to reach under your chairs and take out the small white envelope you will find there. Each one contains a live monarch butterfly. We will release them into the air and let them soar free, as a symbol of the love these two have for each other." Everyone froze. Whoever had set up the area had put the envelopes on the chairs, not under the chairs. These envelopes were tiny and snow-white, and were placed on snow-white chairs. Of course no one saw them. Open-mouthed with horror, all the guests, me included, reached down underneath our buttocks and found the envelopes. We opened them apprehensively, and to no one's surprise, most of the butterflies were dead. They were squashed just like earlier the bride's brother's hopes and dreams had been. Fortunately, a good amount were alive. Unfortunately, the ones that were alive were probably wishing they were dead. It was like those nasty videos that make you go, "How the F is he alive?" That's what the living butterflies reminded me of. These poor butterflies had been sat on for the better part of 45 minutes, and considering a lot of the guests were of a considerable size, a lot of the butterflies really suffered. Never before in my life had I seen a butterfly with PTSD, but unfortunately, I now get to check that off my life bingo. I remember we all tried to release the butterflies, and watched in shock as these once beautiful and free but now mangled butterflies, missing a wing or some legs or a tail, flopped onto the ground and twitched out their remaining few minutes.